Tina strikes out. In North America, all the trains are really useful, just like the ones on Sodor. There are long-distance trains all year round, but some are seasonal and only run in summer and winter. And Sir Topham Hatt likes the trains being on time, and the California Zephyr is never late at all. One afternoon, James was taking his goods train to Vickerstown. It was a really long one. He arrived at St. Nicholas. Tina was there. Today, Tina, I would like you to collect a train of 66 cars on Friday, he said. Yes, sir, said Tina. I'd love to do that. Make sure to go slowly and carefully, Henry said. I think Henry's right, said Alessia. Thomas was letting off passengers at the station when Tina pulled up. It's nice to meet you, said Thomas. Thanks, Thomas, Tina said. A workman pulled up. I would like you to collect a freight train. Yes, sir, said Tina. 82 cars today. Thomas was excited for Tina. A few minutes later, Burlington was shunting Tina's freight cars. She was coupled up and puffed away. That's a really long train, said Clarabelle. A few minutes later, Tina got the freight cars to move, and they were really heavy. 82 cars is strong for me, she said. The other engines like pulling cars like this. The train was really long as a manifest. All the items were stacked in parallel lines as much as they could, and the train went nicely along. The cars in the rear were loaded the most. But the freight cars with faces weren't troublesome at all. We can have fun, they said. And they went, they did. At the next station, the passengers were waiting for their Amtrak to arrive when Tina sped by. Choo-choo, Tina said. Freight train coming through. And she rolled along through the station with 82 cars. It was a long train. And the items clattered behind as the tracks went clicking. I'm almost in Vickerstown, said Tina. Almost there. The next day, Tina was in Chicago. Sir Topham Hatt was there too. You did a good job delivering your cars to Vickerstown, Tina, Sir Topham Hatt said. Now I would like you to help Treva bring a freight train off island. You can count on me, sir, said Tina. Then Treva and Tina puffed along to the freight cars. "These are our cars," said Treva, and they buffered up. "I'm ready to go," said Tina. "I am too," said Treva, and they puffed away. The double header was a little bit unusual because Treva was facing backwards and Tina was facing forwards. "It's good to have a double header for 66-car trains." "It is," said the tank car. "No toxic waste will ruin us," one of them said. Then there was trouble. Tina and Treva came to a steep grade. "This is gonna be a little scary," said Tina. "It is," said Treva, "but you can make it over the hill." Then there was trouble. The freight cars behind began to push Treva and Tina down the hill. "Whee!" called Tina. The commuter train engine's crew members bailed out, and Tina and Treva applied their brakes, but it was too late. When James came to the collision, he was shocked. Luckily, no one was hurt, but the freight cars had jumped the track and covered Tina and Treva in lots of messy things. "I don't like this mess," said Treva. "Neither do I," said Tina. "I think I will sneeze out all the dust if I do it." Henry arrived to collect the freight cars. "Is it okay if I move the freight cars on the damaged engine?" he asked. Everyone knew it was okay, so he did shunt the Metra engine to the diesel works. And James brought the passengers. "These coaches are gonna be double-decker," he said. And he puffed away. Metra coaches and MBTA coaches were important to all the engines. James steamed over the stream, but he felt bad about Tina and Treva crashing into the locomotive. "It's an important job to get the passengers delivered," James said to himself, and he pulled up to the last station of Suttery. "Capital Service passengers off, please." A few days later, James came to the steamworks to see Treva and Tina. "We're back in order," said Tina. "We are," said Treva. James looked at them. "You two look splendid," he said. "A red engine is sure to be really useful." And everyone was proud.